Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Pepper Stewart Show.
That's your fault. That is your fault exactly because you're the one that clicked it, because you did that. Somebody did that in one of the groups. There's a show group for the show. There's a fan group for the show. And some guy was highly upset that he was in the group today and was cussing to the fact that he was in the group. And like, well, how'd you get in there? How'd you get in the group? So that's your fault. But there is a group out there for people to talk about stuff. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can find it on your own because no one needs to be in there anyway. But if you want to, go ahead. That's your fault. We got a lot of stuff happening today. We got a lot of stuff happening. We mentioned before about this book called Branded. There's a novel about the true story of the most notorious cattle rustler of our time. It happened up here in North Texas. We're going to talk to him about that because I read a little bit about it, and man, this is interesting. And if anybody could make a movie out of this book, it would be Taylor Sheridan. So I may have to mention that to him. We've got some odd stories for you, plenty of odd stuff. Can you milk a snake? Did a cat get stuck in a jar? We've got a great video for you for Netflix in our segment of what do you watch on Netflix? What have you not watched? We're going to talk about that. We got some cow stuff. We got some rodeo stuff. We've got a music video for you that is hot off the press, released today. So you'll be the first to see it. We're going to throw that in your face. Other than that, there's a lot of stuff happening. So with all the happening getting on, let's jump right into this. There's a story. It's called Branded. It's by Jon Armour. It's based on a true story of the events and things that happened of a fellow by the name of Bob Leach. And John knows about the guy, wrote about the guy, and he's got a book of stories that you need to read. So without any more rambling by me, John, what's going on?
How you doing, Pepper? Good to be on.
Man, I'm doing good. I read the first chapter of this book, and I was just like, man, this happened for where I'm at up here in North Texas, not too far from me, but I wasn't up here at the time. But the story is pretty crazy. It's like a made-for-TV story. You actually know the guy. You worked with the guy, and you still kind of talk to him. So tell us about this book, kind of how it came to be, and your dealings with the man himself.
All right. Well, it's a long story. That's why it's a thick book. But, I had lived out near Arby, Texas, Pilot Point, Texas. If you know where that's at. A lot of people in that are familiar with that. I'm in Houston now, but, so I moved into this little, ranchette style house with a little bit of acreage, and my daughter's birthday party was coming up on the weekend, so I thought it would be kind of cool to get a horse or a pony or something, for her party. And I went knocking on doors and had a lot of doors slammed in my face, realizing that these are $500,000 quarter horses, and no one's going to loan those out for a kid's birthday party. So understandable. And so, I moved down the road a little bit, and there was a gate open, and I popped my truck in there, and there was a woman standing in the gravel road, with a horse saddled up tight to the fence, kind of messing with her chaps and stuff, and she was going to jump back on her horse and ride off. But I caught her and told her what I was doing, and she said, "Give me your phone number, and I'll have someone call you." So I never did hear anything the rest of that day. And in the morning, I woke up and had my coffee. Or made my coffee, went out to the front porch, and there was a fully saddled horse tied up on my porch eating my bushes. So, we used the horse for the party for the day, and he sent a ranch hand down to get it. And I tried to reach out to him a couple of times over the next few weeks to pay him some money and tell him thanks, but he was just so evasive. There was just no getting in touch with him whatsoever. And then one day he left the gate open, and I was able to drive on down to the farmhouse. And I knocked on the door, and he just peeked the door open just a little bit. He said, "What do you want?" And I told him who I was. So then, he opened the door, and,
Yeah.
and I tried to offer him some money, and he said, "Don't worry about it." And then he asked me if I knew anything about appliances, and I said, "Not really." So I took a look at an oven range that he had there, and I told him, this thing's fried. It looked like it was made in the 1960s. It had a pot pie still burned in the bottom of the oven from 1970. So I told him, "You need to get a new oven." So that started. He pulled out a wad of cash, as big as a Coke can, and peeled off $600 and said, "Would you mind taking care of that for me?" And I said, "I guess not. I'll
Right.
go ahead and do that."
Yeah.
So that led, one thing led me into another at his ranch, and I just started doing work for him, and he paid me for the work. We put in an arena, and the stadium lights and the whole bit, and a cowboy shack and some other stuff, and did a lot of work for him. He taught me how to ride. He taught me how to rope gas, mend fences, and do a lot of other farm work. And I took care of the ranch for him while he was in the hospital with back surgery for a little while. But so that's how I met him. And, I knew him over a period of 2 years, 1999 to 2001. Had no idea the entire time that he was offloading truckloads, semi-trucks full of cattle, and processing them and then moving them out to sale barns, in Oklahoma and other places. And they weren't his to sell, so to speak. So
Right.
a huge cattle rustling operation, and I even helped work a lot of those cattle through the chutes and work them in the fields and so forth, never realizing they were stolen. So that was his game at the time, and he persisted in picking on ranchers in South Texas that had that were living in drought conditions and were going to lose their cattle to drought. So
Right.
it was very lucrative for him at the time, and we became friends over that 2-year period, and I saw and witnessed a lot of antics going on at that ranch. It was much like the Playboy Mansion, if there was one on a ranch. So
Right. And so while you were out there, you're working for him, and you were new to it, I guess. You kind of met the guy, and kind of getting familiar with what happens, on a working ranch and stuff. At what point did you realize something's not right here?
Well, I never did. I got transferred. Well, I mean, I took a new job in Houston from up there, and I moved away. And 2 weeks later, I went. I used his horse trailer to move all my stuff and my family stuff down here, and I returned it to the ranch the next weekend. Stayed at his house, had a couple beers, went out to dinner, and apparently the FBI and Texas Rangers were watching the house the entire time I was there and the ranch. So I didn't know until 2 weeks later that they, when I saw his name plastered all over, and his picture plastered all over the newspapers across the country, and then I thought to myself, that can't be the same guy. That can't be Bob.
Right.
There's no way, because over the period of time I knew him, he was very good to me, my family. He gave my kids horses and ponies. We went to dinner every Friday night, and we went out on his boat on the lake. We became close and talked about a lot of things, but never about him being involved in any illegal activity. And it wasn't until recently that I found out that he had only been out of prison for 4 to 6 months before I even met him. So he was still on probation, had an ankle monitor under his jeans, and I just did not know. And there were a lot of other people that didn't know either.
So at what point after that do you think, man, this would make a great book?
Oh, right away. Right away, because I was on the ranch when a lot of things happened, and I just blew them off because I really didn't, I really just thought, I'm just a normal guy and I'm coming into a ranch situation,
Right.
and I don't know what goes on at a ranch. And so I just assume a lot of the things that were going on were normal for a ranch, which they're not. They're more professionally run than that, obviously. And he had girls running in and out of in and out of each side of the barn, and guys running out the other way pulling up their pants. There was stuff going on in the canoe on the little lake, and
Yeah.
there was parties in the house. There was all kinds of things going on. One time we were sitting on the back of a pickup truck and talking with some of the ranch hands and Bob, and his wife came out and pointed a gun to his head and told him, if you if you ever sleep with that woman again, I'm going to blow your head off. And then she turned around and walked back in the house. So just things like that. Just a lot of really weird things that you think are just Wild West cowboy stuff that I had no idea didn't go on, on a ranch. So, very, very interesting character and very interesting experience.
Well, I'll say this, from what I've read, it's very interesting. I mean, it's a very eye-opening book, and it's interesting the way you word it, the way you put it together, and I think a lot of folks are going to find it enjoyable too. So if somebody's looking for this book, which you've labeled Branded, where can they find the book? Somebody wants to go read it, wants to go buy it. Where's the best place to go get it?
Well, you can go to Amazon. That's probably the easiest place. So Amazon, Branded by Jon Armour, and it's Jon, and the last name's Armour, like Under Armour, Armour.
All right.
A lot of people construe that as Armour.
Yeah.
My wife likes to think, but so it's available there in paperback, Kindle, and now Audible. So,
okay.
If you drive a lot, you can pick up the Audible version. And
That'd be the best one when you're out hauling, when you're hauling cows, or on to the next one. You can pop it on and listen to it while you roll.
Right. Yeah. And it's another interesting thing about the book is that he had after he'd been captured, he escaped the Grayson County Jail. Him and 4 other inmates.
That was the best part. You're giving away the best part. Yeah.
and went on a 5-county terror spree.
Right.
So they dug out of the jail there with spoons and cups and a little bit of leftover construction equipment they found in the basement. So he's been serving 18 years. He served 18 years in solitary confinement because of his escape. So they didn't want to take a chance on him. And then now he's back in general population. But I guarantee you, if he finds a door open somewhere, he's going to try to go through it.
Right. And before we get out of here, since he's been locked up, has he reached out to you?
Oh yeah, I talk to him sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
We've exchanged a lot of stories and a lot of thoughts about the book and everything. He enjoys the book. Yeah. He's helping market it for me in jail, although I don't know how much marketing they need to do there, but
right.
They read books too. So
yeah.
But yeah, I talk to him on a regular basis.
Okay. All right. Well, Jon, man, I appreciate you visiting with us and tell us about the book, and we'll send the folks your way to check it out. And like I say, from what I've read, I'm about halfway through, and man, it's a tale of all tales. So if you're into cows, into cowboy stuff, and outlaws, this is the book for you. It's some good stuff.
All right. It's a great read. I appreciate you having me on, and go out and get it today. Get Branded now.
We'll do it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Pepper. Bye-bye.
Houston, we have a party.
I love NCBA. It's so much fun.
From the important meetings to the wonderful entertainment to the chance to see old friends, Houston has been the place to be this week.
It's the largest trade show in NCBA history. We have almost 10 acres.
With hundreds of vendors showcasing all kinds of new and useful gear, material, and services, it's no wonder the NCBA trade show has become the go-to trade show for animal agriculture.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Burton here, NASCAR driver.
Definitely worth the time to take off from your routine and come down here and learn and enjoy the time and visit with good people.
I'd say for college students, I'd encourage anyone that's interested in coming to go ahead and take the plunge, like even as an intern.
Thank you to Stephanie Nash for singing our national anthem.
The American rancher and farmer has always been innovative and sustainable.
Beef demand among consumers is at its highest point in 33 years right now.
You know, and it's been a pleasant surprise to us that the Biden administration has reached out to us the way they have.
Just want to thank all of you for sticking with us. We are here to support you. We are here to be your voice, to be your advocate.
Now, the opening session on Tuesday with George Foreman was a lot of fun. We signed some boxing gloves, handed a few of those out, and we heard some incredible stories.
I was heavyweight champion of the world, Olympic gold medalist, all because of that cow.
I would say that session packed a punch, right?
And welcome to the 2022 Environmental Stewardship Award Program.
We've got some wonderful new members that'll be going into the Hall of Fame.
The folks at Cattle Facts gave us a lot to think about in this morning's Beef Policy and Diplomacy session with Secretary Bill Sack and British Ambassador Dame Karen Pierce. I mean, come on, where else are you going to get those kinds of insights?
Policy is the foundation of the cattle industry.
I just want to thank the leadership for working on the behalf of all the producers.
Let's give a warm welcome to Kim Brackett, Beef Quality Assurance Advisory Group Chair.
Now it's time to get inspired by our most recent BQA Award winners.
Please give a warm welcome to Joe Theismann.
And this association continues to be strong to support you.
I'm really excited to be your new spokesperson.
A lot of fun, a lot of food, good people, and good music.
Lots of information, education, receptions, entertainment, and lots of opportunity to see old friends that we haven't seen in way too long, that's for sure. So it's great to take a break from winter and see people and things both old and new. Thank you for being with us, not just for this session, but for all of the elements of this 2022 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. Safe travels to you guys, and get jazzed to head to New Orleans in 2023, and I hope to see you guys there.
Let's get jazzed in New Orleans.
Let's get jazzed in New Orleans.
Next year it's in New Orleans, so why would we not go?
New Orleans. You know what? New Orleans, I'll be there next month. I'll be down there. But anyway, I'm going down there for a little bit to New Orleans. We're going down there for, I don't know, about a week or so. Check out some stuff. But the NCBA, the Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show is heading down to the Big Easy, like they just said. It's going to be there in February of 2023. You've got to register if you want to go. Houston last year, as you saw. This year, New Orleans. There's a lot of educational opportunities for whether you're new to cattle or you've had cattle forever and you want to see what's going on, what's new, because things always change. There's always new information, always new stuff coming out. So you do have to register if you want to go. They've got a lot of different packages that you can sign up for to register. And if you are a youngster in college and you want to go down there and be an intern, the intern applications are open as well. So you can go down there and be an intern like old Marky Mark did. If you remember back a couple of years ago, that's where we met old Marky Mark, as she was an intern for the NCBA. Told us about what was going on over there and ended up working with the show for a couple of years, going and covering the National Finals Rodeo for us and the American stuff like that. So opportunities arise from doing stuff. Don't be lazy. Go do something. Go do an internship. People in today's times, I know everybody wants a government check, but I mean, go do a free internship, learn some stuff, and you never know what can happen. You too could be working with the world famous Pepper Stewart Show. No, don't do it for that, because that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. What else we got going on? Somebody want to know about the bulls. I don't know why they sent us some information. Want to know about bulls and when to cull your bulls. That's up to you. But your bulls and cow stuff, let's go to cow stuff. Your bulls can live to be 10 to 12 years old. I don't know how that transpires in dog years, but we're talking about bulls. It's a common practice about this time of year to evaluate your cows and make your culling decisions, but you've also got to evaluate your bulls. Depending on what your cows are doing or what your bulls are doing, you've got to know what's happening. I mean, if you got open cows, that's not a good idea, but you also got to make sure your bulls are able to cover as well. So, bulls, much like cows, live 10 to 12 years. Most bulls remain active in the herd for closer to 4 to 5 years due to feet, leg, and structural fertility problems, temperament concerns, or injuries. So, just like anything else, you got to make sure they are handling their business and not being too destructive. The decision to cull many bulls happens in the spring after fall breeding sinus exams. However, producers can save cost 6 months worth of good quality hay for mature bulls. It's about $600 by culling your bull in the fall if they or their offspring have any undesirable characteristics that would make them unsuitable for next breeding season. So always check on your baby mamas. If they're doing good, your bull's doing good, you're good to go. But if they're having trouble, send them down the road. Attitude problems and feet issues are two of the reasons why bulls should be culled sooner than later. If a bull is aggressive, which nobody wants an aggressive bull, unless you're in the rodeo, like Bonified bucking bulls here, you may want a little bit of aggressivity, if that's a word. Google it. As the bulls mature, gains weight, they may develop feet structural issues and may limit their ability to effectively breed cows. May be of interest to cull those bulls now instead of feeding them for 6 months and then thinking, dang, they're still here. So culling your bulls, always a good idea. I'm not getting into the technicalities of this because this is mostly common sense. If your bull's doing a good job, he's got a good attitude, you keep him around. If he's being a pain in the butt and producing junk calves, then yes, you cull and move on down the road. He could become someone else's problem. What else we got here with the trade show? Oh, the TikTok. Okay. The TikTok world. All right. Where'd Bonified bucking bulls go? Is he still in here somewhere? I think he's in here. We're talking about the TikTok. On the TikTok, it has came to my attention with different videos and things I see. I know in the barrel racing world, you've got your what they call the Betty barrel racers, and you've got the little cat fighting back and forth and all that. Well, now what is even more hilarious is in the cowboy world, in the rodeo world. Now you've got these TikTok battles and TikTok fights in there about I'm more cowboy than you. I'm more, it's so ridiculous. And somebody will post a video. Oh, well, you don't have the right saddle. Oh, that pad? No, that's not the right pad. What kind of rope do you have? Is that even the right rope? And it's so ridiculous. Oh, your hat's on backwards. That's the best one. They're everywhere. Your hat's on backwards. It's like, well, no, because depending on what part of the country you're in, your style is different. The people up north, you got a lot more flat hats up north. You come down south, you got more of the taco hats. And so everything is different everywhere you go. But what has happened is the world of TikTok has exposed everyone to everybody. And so every day I see this, I'm like, this is so ridiculous. Just do whatever you do and don't worry about it. Why are you complaining? Does it affect you? Does the saddle pad on his horse matter what you're doing? You're in North Dakota. He's in Arizona. Why does it matter to you? Why do you even care? And it's so ridiculous. And then you got your rodeo, your rodeo cowboys and your working cowboys. It's always going to be different. Your rodeo cowboys that live in town, never rode a horse before. They just go ride bulls in a rodeo. Well, that's the way most of them are. That's the way it is today. It's different than it used to be in the old days. Rodeo's come a long way since the olden days, guys. Even the money reflects that. So I don't know. I get a kick out of all that stuff with the TikTok cowboys and the concrete cowboys, and it's like, man, can't we all get along? Everything's different nowadays. It's all different. Even the bulls. What about your bulls? What happened to your bulls? What are they doing?
They're around.
Did you find them?
Some of them, not all of them. But I will say, I'm not even a cowboy. And if you're arguing over who's more cowboy on TikTok, I'm more cowboy than you. And don't try to TikTok me about it because I'm not on there.
But it's so ridiculous. There'll be a guy on there and he'll be like, well, why are you wearing that vest? You're wearing a vest. You don't have a wild rag on. I'm like, what? Well, what part of the country are you in? It's different everywhere.
Why are you on TikTok?
Yeah. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be working cows? Get to work. So it's always been a fun deal. What else we got going on? We did that. We did the bulls. We did TikTok. We did PBR finals coming up. The media team will be down there in Las Vegas to cover the National Finals Rodeo in December. So they will be down there getting photographs and interviews for you guys. We hadn't been to Vegas since Tex went in 2016. Some might have something to do with it. I don't know.
Y'all are allowed back now.
But
restraining orders have been lifted.
Yeah. So back to Vegas he goes. Oh, speaking of Tex, they were looking at photos.
He's not going back, is he?
No, he's not going. They were looking at videos of him golfing.
All right.
Earlier.
Who was looking?
Oh, the
Oh.
They're watching him.
And then later he went to a golf course.
So it was like that guy. No, he's not going back. He's on house arrest from his wife that he's got.
Still keeping that charade up.
Somebody's got to.
Fair.
She's a beard, so that happens, right? What else we got? On Pluto TV. If you're not on Pluto TV, go check it out. Look it up. There's lots of stuff happening. The PBR finals will be in Fort Worth, Texas this year. So it'll be coming up pretty soon, depending on when you're staring at us. But yeah, it's coming up in Fort Worth, Texas. Then you got the national finals in Vegas. That's your rodeo stuff. This is going on. There was a rodeo the other day, and I was there.
I heard about this.
Yeah. And that was a good time, except for the part where I got jerked off by a bull.
Whoa.
Not like Tex. What happened was, this was live on the internet, so everybody's watching this. But when I went back to watch the live video, whoever's operating the camera didn't catch it. So nobody knows it happened, except for people that were there. And I'm like, that's great. No, so what happened is I roped the bull, and I was taking him out the out gate. But the deal is, these guys that put these rodeos on with the same bulls all the time, they know this bull is difficult to go back in the pen. So what they did was, they had 2 other bulls ready to come out. 2 of his friends to come out and get him, and they all go together and go back in. So what happened is, when I'd roped the bull and I was bringing him back to the gate, when I got to the gate, the other bulls were coming out. So he's like, well, where do I go? And at that time, I don't see that, so I'm looking down, and I'm taking the dally off of the saddle, and about the time I do, he runs around me, and I don't have the rope off yet, so boom, down to the ground I go. And about that point, when the crowd's like, oh, what happened? That's when whoever's doing the camera moves the camera over to what's going on, and they don't see it, so that's good stuff. The only video of that is what's on my camera.
You missed a viral video opportunity.
You
could have put that on TikTok and have some guy argue with you about it.
I've got the video.
All right. Well, now you can.
So maybe. Well, do you put it? What sound do you use? Do you use the "oh no," or do you use the "that was me"?
Maybe.
Let me tell you how we got here. You know, what sound do you use? TikTok people, what sound do I use for that? Friday. Damn. Well, you can use that one too. And so I'm like, what sound do I use? But I'm trying to get a little bit of distance in between the event and that, because they've got other videos they're using for the different the different sponsors and things. They've got some videos that they're posting right now, so I've got to stretch it out a little bit.
I want to overlap the sponsor video with falling off the pony.
Yeah, I want to see this guy falling off a horse. But the other thing is, I ended up telling Marcus about it. He's probably watching. I told Marcus about it that night. He's like, oh, that's what you get for making fun of the other guy. Because a few months ago, at one of the PBR events, one of the guys had roped a bull. But he was in the middle of the arena, guys, not at the end. He's in the middle. And there was a video of him getting jerked off the horse. I was like, what are you doing? How do you not stay on? What is? And then, bam, he's like, oh, yeah, that's what you get. Karma. I was like, well, yeah, it happens. But all I can say is, if you ride long enough, you're going to get jerked off a horse.
I don't know if that works
Off
well
of
on
a
a
horse.
T-shirt, but
We're going to put that on a T-shirt. We're going to make a T-shirt.
If you ride long enough, you'll get jerked off a horse?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll put that on a shirt.
.com?
.com. Google it. You'll see a picture of Tex.
Well.
Speaking of jerked off a horse, what about a cat? What happened to a cat? You got a story about a cat over there?
Probably not.
We got some odd news stories here.
Oh.
Before we get to serious rodeo talk.
I got something that says don't stick your head when it don't belong.
What does that say?
All right. Hope this don't have nothing to do with the last topic with a horse. All right. Let's see. We've got animal rescuers save a kitten with a glass jar stuck over her head. That's pretty standard for commercials and whatnot that I've seen.
All right.
So the animal rescuers in Boston come to the aid of a kitten found wandering through the city streets with a glass bowl or jar stuck over her head. Or if it's in Boston, it was a jaw. The Animal Rescue Legion of Boston said, Fall River Animal Control passed along a report of a kitten seen wandering in the Danforth Street area with a round glass object stuck over its head. And field agents arrived to find the female kitten wandering a roadway. Agents were able to remove the glass object and took the kitten What? ARL's Dedham Animal, a whole bunch of words and letters, some adoption center for treatment. The kitten was dubbed Buzz Lightyear after the spaceman from the Toy Story franchise. Was found to be in good health at the shelter and is being socialized to make her more comfortable around humans. Okay. So she won't go sticking her head in a jar? Fair.
Well, you got any more odd news over there? You guys bring the odd news. What else? What other odd stories you got?
I got snakes you're milking snakes on a plane?
What?
I don't know.
You milked a snake on a plane?
That's what it says. This is written by text, not me. All right. A North Carolina snake breeder unveils two-headed albino milk snake. I've seen other films that start like this. All right. North Carolina snake breeder unveiled one of the newest and most unusual additions to his menagerie, a two-headed Honduran albino milk snake.
What?
All right. I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. I'll let you take that in. All right.
Both heads?
Yeah, it takes more than 2 seconds to take in a two-headed milk snake. Jimmy Mabe, a farmer, said the young snake has two heads that share one set of lungs and a stomach. Both heads appear to be functional.
How do they know? Do they cut it open and look?
Yeah, I don't know. The right side is a little more aggressive than the left, he told him, so it wants to bite me more. So the two heads are still figuring out how to coexist. They do have different mind to go in different direction than the other. They can't always be fighting over which way to go. All right, so a two-headed milk snake in North Carolina.
What is it? What do you do with a milk snake? What do you put that in your coffee? Do you milk the snake and put it in your coffee? What do you do with the milk?
Do you get milk out of a snake? Is that the new thing? You got oat milk, almond milk, you got snake milk?
I don't know. Can you milk a cat?
You're putting that in your oatmeal? I don't know. But if you want to know, you go to North Carolina, ask for the albino two-headed milk snake.
Who's
Sounds
breeding?
like a drink at a bar.
Who's breeding snakes though? Why would you breed snakes? Who's like, you know what I want to do? I want to be a snake breeder.
You know what we need is more snakes.
Yeah. Let's start breeding snakes.
I don't know. They can move. They don't have legs. That's the devil. It's in the Bible.
It's in there. It's in there. What happened with that? What? Oh, we did. It's time to get serious. No more two-headed snakes anymore. We're getting serious now. It's time for
Lord. All right. Well,
time to get serious. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk to a guy. He don't know. I don't know if he may know about snakes. I don't know, but I know he knows a lot about steers. He is. If you don't know now, you know he's a 5-time world champion steer wrestler. Okay, been in the NFR over 14 times. He knows a little bit about rodeo. He also knows a little bit about talking. So take a gander at this little clip right here, and then we will talk to the man himself.
Welcome everybody to the Luke Branquinho Show. Why we decided to name it that? This cool dude named Luke, last name Branquinho, decided to start talking to people. That's me.
It's that guy, Luke Branquinho. Man, what is going on?
Man, I'm just trying to figure out life after steer wrestling. You know, you jump off a horse onto steers, and you know, my professional career was 20 years long. 20 years long, and then my high school, college, and all that. It was about 30 years of jumping off horses onto steers. So, trying to figure out what to do after rodeo.
What is there to do? Speaking of your rodeo, you rodeoed back over in California. When you rodeoed steer wrestling, was at the time that you decided to rodeo, was there another event that you thought to give it a shot, or do you say, no, I'm just going to steer wrestle?
You know, I loved all the timed events. I team roped and tie down roped. In fact, I made the California Circuit Finals in the tie down roping 4 or 5 times. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't what I knew I was going to be able to make a living at. For one thing, I swung a rope, not very good at all. I had a figure 8 in it, so everybody was amazed when I did catch. And I really focused on the steer wrestling because I loved every aspect of it.
And speaking of steer wrestling, so did you play? Were you a football player? Did you play football?
No, I didn't play football at all, but I'm learning a lot about it. You know, we moved to Texas in August, and the boys are playing football. Our oldest is in 8th grade. He's playing tackle, and then the other 2 are playing flag football. And you want to talk about some intensity level. This is straight running. You know, it's football country in Texas, and I'm learning a lot about it, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah. When you come to Texas, once you hit about 3rd or 4th grade, football is all it's about in Texas.
Well, I know just even the flag football practices with my 1st grader, I'm like, man, this is intense. This is exactly what they need. I think a lot of the youth of America needs to come to Texas and play football.
So you moved to Texas from California. So what kind of prompted your move from California to come to Texas?
Well, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole and talk politics. You know, our governor is, or I'm sorry, not our governor now. I actually have a Texas driver's license, but the California governor, which drove, I think, a lot of people out of the state, is, you know, one of the main reasons. And I mean, just the like-mindedness of the people out there weren't what we were wanting for Lindsay and myself, but mainly the boys growing up. You know, we wanted that, you know, country lifestyle of yes ma'am, no sir, open the doors for folks and just that stuff. And not that our friends out there weren't doing it, but a lot of the other kids, you know, have such an influence on our kids. We were not wanting to have that influence around them. And that was our biggest move, you know, just there's so much to it, but that was a lot of it.
And I imagine the weather is different.
Well, we came out in August, so everybody's like, "Man, that's the worst time of year to come out here." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's what I want to get them used to."
Yeah, you got to acclimate yourself. You got to if you came in August and you're good because you work your way through, you know, it'll be 100 degrees and then it's going to be 30 degrees and then it's going to be 100 degrees again. So that's about the way the temperature goes.
Well, I know we come out here, we were working on the ranch that we got, and I sweat through my shirt about 4 times a day, and it was, you know, it was even for me to get acclimated to, and I've rodeoed out here my whole life, but the kids were like, "Man, it's hot out there. We're going to stay in the air conditioner." I'm like, we're coming out here and working for a little while.
Oh yeah, you're going to change shirts 2 or 3 times a day during the summertime, because what'll happen? You get outside, you get to hot, you get to sweating, and you walk in the house to do something, you're going to freeze. You're like, "Oh, what am I doing?" You change clothes 2 or 3 times.
That is the truth. But yeah, we got used to it. I mean, we walked outside a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, this is what fall feels like. It was beautiful. And that's how it's been, you know, for the last few weeks, which I know they said Texas probably had the longest heat wave that they've ever had. So, you know, I'm glad we got to be a part of that.
Get acclimated early. All right, so you've got some other stuff now that you've retired from rodeo. You from rodeoing, you stubbed your toe back, I guess, probably about 2005. You were out, you know, during the NFR. You were out for injury, so you kind of stubbed your toe on the Pro Rodeo Network, doing a little bit of commentating, and then you kind of drafted over to AT&T Stadium, do a little commentating. So how's that been going?
You know, it's been really good, and I've been fortunate. You know, one of my first big sponsors was the U.S. Army, and when we got that sponsor, I think that was back in 2004, one of our requirements was to go to media training, learn how to talk to, you know, folks out in the media. And I honestly feel like every professional athlete, especially rodeo cowboy, should have to go through that, because it helped me so much, not only with, you know, commentating, but getting through my career to that point, doing interviews, talking to folks, talking to groups of people, which I've done a lot of that. Being I'm a type 1 diabetic, I'll go and talk to groups of people on how to manage diabetes when you're on the road. So, you know, it all transitioned over into the commentating and learning how to talk in front of a camera, talk to folks, do interviews and things like that. And I've enjoyed the heck out of it. I hope the folks that are watching me and all that, listening to me, I hope I hope they enjoy what I'm trying to come across to them with.
Right. And so you've got something that you've recently launched that you're doing. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so a few months ago, we started working on a project, and I partnered with Bitfire Studios and Bandit Productions in Phoenix, and great group of guys. Bob Sullivan's been awesome, Lisa and Jen, they've been awesome to work with, and they're like, let's try this video podcast. Which now they were talking to a dumb steer wrestler that don't know nothing about nothing. So if it wasn't for them, I don't know where we'd be, but we went and got some interviews done, and they have an LED stage and studio, and that's where we do them at. And it's been fun, talking to folks about rodeo. We've had some great guests. I mean, and it's not just rodeo cowboys. I've had Matthew Reese. He's going to come on. He's going to pop up on the YouTube channel here before too long, but he's an actor. He was in The Americans with Kerry Russell, who is also his partner in life. And then he's playing Perry Mason in the new Perry Mason. So having outlets like that with friends like that kind of gets a broader spectrum of what people think of rodeo outside of rodeo people.
Yeah, and that's kind of something that the good for the folks to see, and so you're gonna be I guess you launched a YouTube channel so the folks can go out there and find your channel and kind of follow along and see what you got going on.
Yeah, definitely. It's the Luke Branquinho Show on YouTube. Instagram is just Luke Branquinho Show, and we're gonna get out there and we're gonna try so many other things out there as far as Spotify, and again, I don't know all these outlets, but the folks at Bitfire, they know which way to go, and they're directing us in the right direction, and I've learned a lot with YouTube. You just don't do a 30-minute clip. You got to break them up so people don't lose interest, which
Right.
I hope they don't lose interest like they do on your show. Your show's so great, and everybody stays hooked, and that's kind of the goal we're shooting for.
Yeah.
Is have a successful show like you're doing.
Right. Well, I mean, you got it launched, you got it going. I checked out some of the stuff that you're doing, and I think it's going to be a good venture for you.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. And I mean, watching a lot of shows as yours, and Pat McAfee show and things like that is kind of we don't want to be the same. We want to be different, but use a lot of the patterns that help other people become successful and not do the same thing. I mean, I want to go on your show and learn something, and I'd like you to go on mine and learn something, and not just to be a cookie cutter version of anything.
Right. And that's kind of how it goes, and the way it works is you're always learning stuff. There's always something new. There's always different things happening, and it's always a learning progress.
For sure, and I mean, it's definitely a learning progress for me. I'm very technically challenged, so even getting on a Zoom call, which I finally learned how to put a picture in the background, which, for me is something I didn't know. Heck, I didn't even know you could do that. But, guys put stuff in the background and all that, which I'm learning slowly but surely, but I'm learning.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll let you get back to football. I know you're at a football game, so let you get back to that, and we'll tell the folks about it. Give them check you out, man, and we'll see you down the road.
Pepper, I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to get you on the show once we get it kind of up and going.
All right, we'll do it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
You bet. Bye.
That right there, 5-time world champion Luke Branquinho.
I still don't know. I didn't know you could put a background in a Zoom call.
Yeah. If you have
I
the
learned
Zoom
that right now.
If you have the Zoom
real
app
time.
on your phone, you can put a background.
I've never had a Zoom app. I've never been on a Zoom call. I don't know anything about it, but now I'm going to check it out.
You can do that.
I'm going to put the background of me on a Zoom call.
Do it. Ponytail and all. Okay, this is right up your alley.
It's about ponytails?
No, world records.
Oh, world record ponytail?
Powerlifters.
Oh,
it's right up your alley with your gym. With your
sort of, but the exact opposite.
Your pumping gym over there. Jiu-jitsu, whatever you got to do. Jiu-jitsu gym over there.
We got all of it. Anything you want to do, we'll do it.
They fight. They wrestle.
Besides snake breeding. We don't do any snake breeding at the gym.
No milking snakes. Okay.
All right. So, but there was a world record by some fella, a champion power lifter, whose squat lifts body weight 42 times in 1 minute. Hold on.
It's not a fellow. It's 2022. It's not a fellow.
Oh, okay. A person, a human being, a live person. Okay. But wait, this is not a record. I'm gonna read this, but I don't think this is a record. It says it's a record. A champion powerlifter's squat lifts body weight 42 times in 1 minute. British champion powerlifter broke a Guinness World Record when she squat lifted her body weight 42 times in 1 minute. Here's a name. Karanjit Kaur Baines, 25, earned the record for the most times to squat lift own body weight in 1 minute for female. Okay. She took up powerlifting at age 17, holds numerous championship titles in the sport. Is this a setup for a joke?
This is real. Let's Guinness World Records.
I'm extremely proud to hold. Okay, this can't be real. Extremely proud to hold the holder of a Guinness World Record title to have made a mark in history by not only being the first British female to represent Great Britain in powerlifting, but also be an official world record holder. Incredible feeling, she told Guinness World Records. What is this?
It's a world record.
But it's not.
They make world records for everything.
But it's not.
How do you know?
Because I did this.
Are you a female?
No, well, depends. Am I going for a world record? 42 times in 1 minute.
Your body weight?
This is nothing.
Okay, let's get this video, time it, do it this week. We'll show it next time.
All right.
Do your body weight 42 times in a minute.
I'll break this world record right now. Well, I got the hair for it. I can just say I'm a lady.
It is 2022, right?
Yeah.
We are in
all right. I don't know. Congratulations. I thought there was like a bit coming at the end of it.
No, this is real deal. That's real deal Holyfield right there.
I'm gonna have to take their word for it.
Holyfield, that's before y'all's time as well. I've been doing so many old man jokes, it's ridiculous. They're like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
You know, he fought not a few months ago. He's 60 years old.
What?
Yeah, he was trying to fight, I don't know. Or no, Oscar De La Hoya was supposed to fight, and he faked COVID, and Evander Holyfield came out of retirement at 60 years old and got knocked out in like 20 seconds. That's the most 60-year-old man would. But.
Oh, speaking of 60-year-old man, not this one. We got a. We're almost running up on the clock, but we got a music video for you to check out, hot off the press from Chase Rice. Chase Rice's new music video, Way Down Yonder, premiered. So check this out because some good stuff.
Up in the hills where coppers don't crack down on them copper stills, we're making trapdoor tax-free dollar bills. Up in the holidays, Nana's way to make a living. 6-shot heavy metal hanging from a holster, in case they're running to them boys from the county line over. Way down yonder where the outlaws wander, you can feel that thunder in your bones. Ripping hot rod runners under moonlight cover, just some back glass gunners on the road. Where you buy your bud with the moonshine money, make your love where the bees make honey. Way in the cuts where you're born and raised, man, it's in your blood. We were born this way down yonder. Way down, way down, way down, way down yonder. You can't avoid a bunch of bootleg birdies and their bandit boys on some outposts, wanna post a Polaroids, saying dead or alive, going 85. Way down yonder where the outlaws wander, you can feel that thunder in your bones. Ripping hot rod runners on the moonlight cover, just some back glass gunners on the road. Where you buy your bud with the moonshine money, make your love where the bees make honey. Way in the cuts where you're born and raised. where the outlaws wander. You can feel that thunder in your bones. Ripping hot rod runners under moonlight cover. Some back glass gunners on the road. Where you buy your bud with the moonshine money. Make your love where the bees make honey. Win the cuts where you're born and raised. Man, it's in your blood. We were born this way down yonder. Way down, way down, way down, way down yonder. Way down, way down, way down, way down yonder. Way down yonder. Way down yonder.
You got a cow situation? Or someone someone have a miscalculation?
It's like a play on words.
A word on plays.
I get it. Here's a word on plays of firefighters rescue a calf that made a slight miscalculation. So, all right, more foreign stuff. Firefighters in England came to the rescue of a curious calf that made a miscalculation and ended up with his head stuck in a pylon. Not a python. It's a different story. The Bollington Fire Station said in a Twitter post that an animal rescue crew responded to a field in Bollington, Cheshire, where a young cow got its head stuck through an opening in the metal base of a pylon. This calf made a slight miscalculation. They really like this joke.
They like it.
This morning, the tweet said. Firefighters were able to help the cow get its head free of the structure. He was last seen moving off to rejoin his herd.
He's
These
on to
guys
the
are
next one, right?
real characters.
They are. It's fun.
They're real 140 characters.
Fun stuff right there, right? What else is going on? What do you got going on with Bucking Bulls? You got Cisco Bucking Bull Nation happening or what?
We got some clearing out and setting up pins and all that good stuff to get them delivered over there and start doing stuff. So nothing too exciting yet, but an arena sitting in Oklahoma waiting to be delivered still. But yeah, it's coming. And then whatever else goes along with that.
Yeah, need to do it. Matter of fact, earlier today, so we're live on all kinds of platforms, whatever, I was talking to the journeyman here on the TikTok, Sam Medlock. And then I told the story about, I told a story about tell the story, but I want to be arrested. But he's got all the Bucking Bulls now, so he wants to, maybe do some bull riding stuff.
Oh, okay.
There's some events going on.
Yeah, we can do
with the journeyman on TikTok. Google that guy.
Schools and wasn't he doing like a school?
Yeah,
right?
he's doing schools, training.
Yeah.
He's still training guys.
So we can do all that stuff. We got plenty of room, plenty of bulls.
Still doing it. People are like, what? Y'all do? They're like, they're like, are y'all chopping stuff up and make? No, it's live. It's all live, guys. So what happens
live
happens.
television.
We run out of time yet. We still got more time left.
And it's over.
We got what? Okay. All right. Before we got here, Megan. You need to meet Megan. This is the movie that's coming out in January. I don't know if you're fans of Insidious, The Conjuring, and or if you forget to put your phones on mute. If you're fans of anything spooky, scary, even though Halloween's going to be over by January,
it's pretty frightening.
There is a movie you're going to want to see called Megan, and check this out. And then after that, we will catch you guys on the next one.
Katie, you lost your parents.
Welcome home.
You're my niece. I'm going to do everything I can to make this place feel like home.
Just wish I could see them again.
I'm not equipped to handle this. I don't even take care of my own plants. I have this project at work. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Ever since I was little, I dreamed of this perfect toy that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
Megan, your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
Is that a doll?
Model 3 generative android. Megan, for short.
I can't believe you made this. I love it.
Wanna hang out, yeah, sounds like fun.
Great job.
It's nice to have a friend.
It's honestly like she's part of the family now.
They could be building emotional connections that are too hard to untangle.
She's the happiest she's been since her parents died. Eat the toppings, Katie.
Research shows if you force a child to eat vegetables, they'll be less likely to choose those foods as adults.
Is that so?
Yes. Experts say.
Megan, turn off.
I thought we were having a conversation.
Does she talk? Make her say something.
Stop! Don't! Megan! You should probably run. Megan, should push Brandon onto the road. I won't let anything harm you.
Megan, turn off.
Recalibrating response model. Megan! What's wrong with you? Don't worry, Katie. I won't let anything harm you. Ever again.
It's nice to have